Investors don't seem to be nervous about the stock market any longer, and Trump's stock market is rising. Let's get into it, guys. Hey guys, welcome to the channel, Frank Talks Money. Real quick guys, I just need one small favor. Remember to smash that like button. The more likes the video receives, the more the algorithm will share the video with more like-minded people like you and me. Now let's get right into the content. Guys, first just let me say, because this video is going to be all about the stock market, so just let me say real quick, I am not a financial advisor. I just love talking about the stock market because that is what I do to grow my wealth. Again, I am not a financial advisor. I love talking about the stock market because that is what I do to build my personal wealth. Guys, so the stock market is rising right now. Investors don't seem to be nervous about tariffs any longer. Tariffs are still out there. Tariffs are still looming, but the stock market is rising. We experienced, some lows during Liberation Day and all of that. But since then, the nervousness has worn off and the market is rising. My only hope, guys, is that you guys are in the market and taking advantage of this rising market so you can take advantage and build wealth. Guys, I did some digging, right? Right now, the stock market is only about 160 some odd points away from its all-time high, right? I'm 53 years old. I went back to 1970 to see where the S&P 500 was in 1970. In 1970, guys, the S&P 500 was at 94 points. 94 points. Today it closed at 5,000. Let me see. Today it closed at 5,971 points. I'm 53. So in 1970, 55 years ago, the stock market opened. It opened January the 2nd, 1970 at like 94 points. So if you ask me, the stock market is a ever booming bull market. It's a continuous bull market because it continues to go up and it will continue to go up. I just hope you guys are on this train to enjoy it. But one thing I want to talk about today, guys, I was having this conversation with one of the family members on the channel, and we was having some dialogue back and forth. And he said one thing we need to start pushing is individuals saving that first 100K, because that is a milestone. Getting to that first 100K invested is a milestone, guys, because it's hard. Because you got to stay diligent, you got to stay committed, you got to stay the course. Because when you saving that first 100K, and things like COVID happen, stock market tanks, things like inflation going high, market tanks, Fed raising interest rates, market tanks. So when you on this ride to that first 100K, and then all these things happening, most new investors, they want to pull out. They get scared. They want to sell. Bad mistake. You don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. If anybody sold during Liberation Day or got scared after Liberation Day, the next day, the day after, the market has roared right back. I feel bad for you if you sold. But guys, we need to start making a push. Start talking to individuals. If you are an investor, start talking to individuals about saving that first 100K because that is a milestone. And if you guys know Charlie Munger, he was Warren Buffett's, right-hand man. And this was his quote about saving that first 100K. Charlie Munger says, saving that first 100K is a son of a bitch. Excuse my language. But you got to do it. You got to do it at all costs. If it means not owning a car and walking, you got to do it. If it means only eating one meal a day, you got to do it. If it means taking public transportation, you got to do it. If that means living in a modest home, you got to do it. You got to do whatever you have to do to save that first 100K. Because when you do it, all you have to sit back, all you got to do then is just sit back, stay consistent with your investing, and let your money grow. Just let it grow. Because once you get to that 100K, that money is working hard for you every single day. Got a couple clips I want to show you guys of individuals talking about this exact same thing, saving that first 100K. Let's get into it.
If you want to be a millionaire sometime in your lifetime, you have to start with your first 100K invested. And yes, when I say 100K, it's all of your investment accounts combined, your 401K, your Roth IRA, etc. Your first 100K is going to take you the longest to hit. You have to save, you have to pay off debt, you have to budget, all of that stuff to get your first $100,000. But after that, every 100K that comes is going to come quicker and quicker due to compound interest. If you want support in hitting your first 100K invested and beyond, I have a private Facebook community full of almost 300 women who are all working towards this goal.
See what she's saying, guys? Once you get to that first 100K, that's the slowest. But every 100K after that is going to come faster and faster and faster because of that compound interest working for you. Now let's get into the next clip.
Did you know that once you reach your first 100K, you're actually 1/3 of the way to $1 million?
1/3? Are you sure it was the maths, Connie?
Yes, I am, but let me explain. If you invest $100 a week with an 8% return, it will take you 12 years to reach 100K. But to go from 100K to 200K, it would only take you 6 years. And to go from 900K to $1 million, it would only take...
She's using some modest numbers, guys. She's making her point with $100 a week versus and an 8% return. But I just want to say, if you invest more money, it will happen faster. If you get a higher return, it will happen faster. I reached my first 100K in 5 years. In 5 years, I reached my first 100K because I started out maxing out my 401K because I felt that I was behind. When I joined my company, I already had a Roth IRA. But then when I joined my company 14 years ago, then I joined the company's 401K. But I felt that I was behind because I didn't start investing until I was 38 years old. So I started investing a lot of money and maxing out my 401K from the beginning. So I hit my first 100K in 5 years. And then my second 100K came in 3 years. All right?
take you 1 year.
How does it work?
The reason why is because of compound interest. The first 100K is always the hardest and it always takes the longest. Once you reach your first $100,000, it gets so much easier because it gets easier to make more money as you have more money invested. And if you would like to calculate your own net worth, I've created a completely free net worth tracker which you can check out in my bio.
So yeah, guys, it's critical and essential. Just staying the course and getting to your first 100K invested. I'm telling you right now, when I look at the growth of my investments accounts, it's all, that money is working hard. I'm not working hard. My money is working hard to make me wealthier and wealthier every single day. And like personally, like I said, she used a modest 8% return. That's a great return, guys. That's a great return. There's nothing to sneeze at. An 8% average annual return. But my 401k right now is averaging 11.75% over the last 14 years. My Roth 401k, my Roth IRA with Vanguard is averaging over 12% over the last 15 years. So you can get a higher return. It just depends on how the market is doing. So yeah, guys, I just want to just talk to you guys about this real quick, how the market is rising. And guys, as things get settled, the market is going to continue to rise. Guys, they are calling for a 4% GDP in this second quarter. If we hit a 4% GDP, guys, the stock market is going to shoot to the moon. I'm telling you, that's what I believe. So guys, thanks again for watching the video. Please remember to like the video, share the video, and most important, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel, Frank Talks Money. And with that, guys, always remember, financial decisions you make today will impact your financial life tomorrow. Thanks for tuning in. Frank Talks Money. I'm out here.